The sun comes up in Linglestown. Everyone is safe and sound. Look around, it feels like home. The flag is waving in the square. Take a moment, meet me there. Believe me, there's no need to roam. This blessed ground, this realm, this Linglestown.
All right, there we go. What you were listening to at the beginning of the show is actually the Linglestown song, written by my longtime friend Frank Cristillo, who was a sidekick, believe it or not, of Wolfman Jack. So he helped me out a few years ago in another iteration of Linglestown Gazette. You're watching Linglestown Gazette live. I'm your host, Bill Bostic, and we have a great show lined up for you tonight. This evening, I actually have it all planned out here. Look at that. This evening, on the big news magazine podcast, I have a great guest lined up on our business spotlight, and then I'll also check in with the one and only Anthony Cristillo of Colonial Park and bounce things off him as now the recurring co-host. And we'll do a quick check on high school sports. It'll be very short tonight because we're sort of in transition right now with sports heading into the spring season. And we'll wrap up with new news. That segment will get you up to speed on all things local. So I guess the other thing I want to mention before we bring our first guest on is I've gone full-blown, old-time newspaper reporter look, added the tie, the white shirt. The only thing I don't have is a cigarette, because we usually back in the day, the 20s, maybe into the 50s and 60s, this room you see in the background would be fully filled with smoke, along with my colleagues, drinking coffee and leaning up against the water cooler and trying to figure things out as far as what we're going to print that day. So I'm missing some of those elements, but we're getting closer. With that, I want to bring in our first guest, add her to the stage. Angie Miller, welcome to Linglestown Gazette Live.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Yep, and you have the office on Linglestown Road, the Remax Premier Services. I think most people know about Remax, but when you have the ending there, Premier Services, what does that mean?
So, Bill, thanks for asking. Each office is a franchise, independently owned and operated.
All right. So you provide premier service. That's what you're telling us. Absolutely right. So you've been at this a while, and I'm curious. A lot of real estate agents don't make it out of year one. A big majority don't make it out of year 5. You're approaching a number of more years than that. So what's been your key to success? What are you doing out there to help people with their real estate needs?
Well, yes, I just celebrated 30 years. I started when I was 12. I just help people really make smart real estate decisions, and I make the process calm, really clear, and I really support my buyers and sellers throughout the process. I have been working by referral. So basically, I help a client and I hope that I do a great job for them, and they become my walking, talking billboards.
Yeah, well, that's obviously working for you to get where you're at here. So congratulations on that. And I think you must like doing what you're doing too, for sure.
I do. I love it.
Okay. Now, anything else as far as anything special that the Remax offices, including yours, bring to the table that you want to point out before we take a look at a couple properties here?
Well, Remax as a whole is home of the top producers. Our logo, we've just updated it, is the balloon, the most recognized logo in real estate. And we are the best of the best at Remax.
Okay. Now I was just taking a look at my photos, Angie, and it doesn't look like I uploaded them, but you know where LaRue Street's at, right? Right there at the
I do.
park, the pavilion. There's
Mhm.
one of those homes for sale. They did put some new windows in. Looks like they cleaned some things up inside, but the asking price is like 220. And back in '89, I bought my house for 70,000, and it may be worth 250 plus now. So, but the homes on LaRue Street are pretty small and they're older. I mean, why are people asking over 200,000 for some of these smaller homes?
Well, it's just honestly what the market warrants or what the seller wants for their property. We, as listing agents representing the seller, we give the seller as much information as possible to price their property. But again, it's their ultimate decision. So if they want to price their house at 500,000 and an agent's willing to take that listing, then God bless them.
Yeah, and of course, you can try and negotiate once you make an offer to see if they'll negotiate with you. The other one I found was on Bluebird, very close to Blue Ribbon, and that
Mhm.
again, a smaller home built in 1950, not in the best. That doesn't have a real good look from the street. And again, they're asking over $200,000 for that. And I haven't gotten a look inside on that one, but it's just sticker shock for me. That's really what it comes down to. I know the market's tight, right? The inventory is not real high.
Yeah, not much inventory, but you know what, Bill, for that $250,000 house, just, drive a little closer to DC or Philly and you really
Okay.
see some outrageous prices. So I think our market here is, we're an hour to 3 hours away from almost every major city on the East Coast. And, it's a great place to live. It's a great place to raise a family. And, yeah, it's just a great place to
Yeah,
live in central
taxes are
Pennsylvania.
lower than a lot of places, and I know,
Absolutely.
and you're only a few minutes drive get into the country settings and out here. It's not like dense suburbia. I'm like right at the edge of it here in Linglestown.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
So, anything else you want to share with that? Why don't you close with this? Tell people exactly where you're located, how they can get in touch with you, and that kind of thing, so people know where you're at.
Yeah, great. I'd love to. Our office is located at 4430 Linglestown Road, just a little west of Colonial Golf and Tennis and a little east of the Patton Road red light. We're on the right-hand side. We're in a little gray building with black shutters and a hot pink door, so you can't miss us. We have officially been there for coming up on 3 years now. And I opened Remax Premier Services in February of 2020, just 3 short weeks before the world closed down. And I opened that actually in Hershey. So we relocated when our lease was up there to where we are now. And it's a great place. It's, 6 minutes from my house, 3 minutes from the coffee shop, St. Thomas. It's just a perfect location.
And there's parking, in the back of that building?
Sure is. Parking in the back.
Okay. Well, thanks for being this week's business spotlight, and I'm looking forward to working with you down the road, depending on what you want to do, and just getting the word out. You'll be the premier real estate sponsor if you go that route. So
yes, I will go that route. I think it's awesome what you're doing, and I think it's a great way to bring our community together. And I'd love to feature, some small businesses around our community, and maybe even some of my clients that are in the process of doing amazing things to benefit the community.
yeah, and if you have some amazing houses you want to get out there and show people, that would be fine too.
That would be great. I'd be happy to do a little tour of a house every once in a while.
Okay. Well, we'll see you at the coffee shop. That's usually, I think that's where I met you a number of years ago. And
A long time ago. Yep. I'll stop in tomorrow. I have to give Anthony,
Okay.
a little hard time.
Yeah. He needs a hard time.
All right. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
There we set you up, Anthony, to get a hard time tomorrow.
Yep, she gives me a hard time. She's the best.
So I have a couple things to share with you, and then we'll see what's on your mind.
Okay.
I think you saw this picture yesterday when I posted it, And it was too darn easy. This was a contest for people to identify where these wild cherry trees are located. And our winner, Alan Foster, was on it in about 2 seconds after I posted it, I think. But
That was an easy one.
He confused me though, because I wasn't ready for someone to respond that quickly, and I didn't realize that the street there is Fairway Lane.
Makes sense since it runs beside a golf course, right?
Yeah, but so he said it's right next to Fairway. I mean, I'm a golfer, so I'm thinking he's talking about a real fairway. I said, I knew he was talking about Colonial Country Club.
Yeah.
But I thought he's talking about a real fairway. That line of trees is on a practice, like next to a practice area. So I said, take another shot at it. And then a couple people sort of ganged up on me and they said, look, buddy, that's Fairway Lane. Don't give Alan a hard time. So you don't know what the prize is though, do you, Anthony?
I saw you told him to stop at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Do I owe him something? Is this costing me money?
No, Linglestown Gazette will buy his drink, whatever, would be a coffee or whatever he wants. But he's gotten back to me. He's going to join our 7 o'clock group sometime in the near future. Alan Foster.
All right. Okay.
So prepare for Alan to
all right.
We have to get an extra seat in our legislative session.
Well, we'll take it to a vote.
And let me see. I did a really good job of preparing, but some of the pictures didn't get up there. I did want to let people know that Lower Paxton Township, and maybe you'll be joining in on this, Anthony. They're having a kite festival on. You're gonna have you can bring your granddaughters out. It's on the 18th
of April.
Yeah, from 12 to 2.
Oh, I'm busy that day. At that time, shoot.
Well, maybe your wife could bring them out. Whatever. And if you come and you don't have a kite, you can buy one for $8, cash only.
Where's it at? What park?
It's I think it's Cole Park behind Southside Elementary School.
Okay, all right.
Off of Union Deposit Road.
Maybe I'll do that.
I took my wife and I took our granddaughter out, and it wasn't a good day for kites. There was no wind. No one had any kites up in the air, and I did want to give you a chance to talk about your big event one more time, since we're still on April 25th. Yeah,
April 25th, Holy Name Car Show. I think it's our 3rd or 4th year. I can't remember. I think our 3rd year. So come on out, $10. Put your car in the show. We have food, coffee, donuts. Bring the whole family. It's usually a nice day. You get to see a whole bunch of neat cars.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a break. I'm not going to enter the 2016 Jeep Renegade, but I may bring out $10 for you though, and I'll just walk around and tell people the car I like, that's mine. Just show it to them.
Yeah, tell them it's my car that's yours.
Yeah,
I'm going to pick my Corvette up on Saturday from the shop.
Is it going to be a good day weather-wise?
Yeah, Saturday's going to be beautiful. I'm going out after coffee, picking my car up. I'm going to drive it back. It's like an hour and 15 minutes away.
Well, this actually is a good time for me to transition. I am going to give the Billy Joel look because
oh my God.
I want to go Billy Joel because I want to distinguish between when I'm reporting and when I'm just saying things off the cuff that I'm out of that reporting mode.
Okay.
So that's why I have the glasses on. Now I can't see my screen, but we'll work on that a little bit later.
This is when viewership really goes down.
Oh yeah, I see the numbers dropping.
They're dropping off now.
Let's see what else do I have on here. Yeah, what we want to do. I forgot to acknowledge our primary title sponsor, Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living. Did you know, Anthony, that Blue Line, located on North Mountain Road in Linglestown, that's where they're headquartered. You go by, you see all their trucks and different things lined up. They won the best of as far as pools and patios in 2024 from Harrisburg Magazine. Now, I don't understand why they didn't win it in 25. I mean, I don't know how you can beat these guys given some of the things they put
Maybe
out
they
there.
did. I don't know.
They don't have the sign out. That's the reason I say
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So anyways, we want to acknowledge them, and I'm going to award them the 2025 award because I think they deserved it. And also Jason Jason Myers, the owner, is a great guy to work with.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to him for 26.
There you go. And here's one of the reasons why. That's a pool that they recently did.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Simple.
Yeah, simple. Yeah, I guess you have like a waiting area there in the back. And I think I have one more potentially here.
That might be a bench.
Yeah, I have this. This is they do patios.
Yep.
And this one's very fancy with the roof over top and fireplace and all that kind of thing. And did you know that they now have a landscaping division?
I do know that.
So that's some of the landscaping they do. And they also do retaining walls and things like that. So really,
recently, I just found out, in fact, I'm going to have them up to do one of our pieces of equipment. They do equipment repairs and equipment services. I don't know about repairs, but they service equipment.
Okay.
Blue Line equipment service. I forget what he called it now. I forget. If Jason's watching, or if he could comment later, tell people what his new business is, where they do equipment service on heavy equipment, medium equipment, skid loaders, mini excavators. He's going to do. We have a machine up at the site. He's going to do service on for us.
Okay. Let me see if I have any other pictures here. Well, I don't. Again, I just ran out of time to do some of the photos. I had a whole lineup of photos. But the last thing before we find out what's on your mind, did you notice last week?
I'm having a hard time concentrating with those glasses on.
Oh, I'm Billy Joel.
Jeez, my God. You remind me of the kid from that Adam Sandler movie.
Okay. Well, it's because of my nose.
No. He put the glasses on. He was invisible then, or something. Or Adam Sandler put the glasses on.
A lot of work went into this decision to go with the full look. I met with Ollie Schminke and Kyle Blazer, my two virtual assistants, and this is what they're much younger than I am. This is what they came up with. Yeah. Plus, I don't know. Anyways, something different. Can you believe it? Back in the day, Anthony, I was a treasurer of a church. Okay. And I would try and make the treasury, my job, interesting for the people in the pews. I would give presentations about, what we're doing and what a great thing it is to give money. And I mean, I was the showman as a treasurer.
I believe that.
Yeah.
When can I let loose here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's
go ahead.
So let me put these on. Tomorrow night's township meeting, I'm going to speak again. It's real simple. We would just want an answer, yes or no, on the Charles Stewart story, on the money that his nonprofit owes the township. And I understand there's many businesses within the township that owe the township money for stormwater, sewer, and trash. But the only one that I'm very interested in is the one where there's a supervisor that is the chairman of that nonprofit. That's the only one I care about. I don't care about other businesses that owe the township money. I care, but I'm not bringing it up because it's not an issue. It's not a conflict. What we have here is a conflict with a supervisor that is the chairman of a nonprofit that owes money. I don't know what is so hard to understand about this for some people. It's a conflict, and it can be resolved one of two ways. Pay it, or he just resigns from the Township Board of Supervisors, or the third, which he won't do, and I don't blame him, and that's resigning from the Police Athletic League. But that's his. He started it, and it's a good thing he's doing. But it has nothing to do with what he's doing and helping the kids. It has nothing to do with him personally or his wife or his kids. I could care less. It has everything to do with him being a township supervisor and owing the township money. Bottom line.
Right. And we've talked off air about this. It's just a bad look for the township when you have that scenario. It does set up potentially conflicts of interest for sure. And I mean, indicated that the state ethics board took a look at this situation and determined to keep the case open because of that potential.
Yeah, so I filed a state ethics complaint. They agreed to keep it open, but they see a conflict, but there's no, because of the money side of things, it's just they couldn't rule in it. And the state ethics really doesn't get involved in the dispute of a past due bill, but if he were to be part of a vote to eliminate that bill, that's a ethics violation.
Yeah, really, anything that he would vote on related to the authority, he should recuse himself.
Right. So, and another good point to bring up is they hate seeing me come up for public comment. They hate it.
Right.
And John Campbell constantly has to debate me on everything that I bring up instead of just listening. Everything's a debate. He doesn't just listen and then say, you know what, thank you for your comment, go on. If you go back to when Alan McCormick and then Laura became the chairperson, okay?
Last year,
when Alan was chairperson, he took a lot of abuse during public comment. When Laura was the chairperson, she took some hits. They were very respectful of the person giving the comments. Never once did they debate them, try to shout over them, talk over them. They took it, they listened to it, they thanked them for talking, and that was it. Go back and watch some of the stuff where, I get heated, but I get heated because he constantly interrupts me and doesn't allow me to get my point across. Yeah. And I'm going to continue to bring it up. I mean, it's ridiculous that they owe the township an explanation on this whole Charles Stewart mess. And that's what it is a mess. Because the $4,800 that his nonprofit owes, and he's the chairman of, is in collections. And
they have a law firm apparently doing that.
Portnoy Law Firm is the collection agency for the township when it comes to these bills. Again, the township has owed money from a lot of businesses within the township and a lot of individuals within the township. And I'm going to be one of them because I'm not paying my sewer bill. I'm telling you that right now. I'm done paying it until I get the same treatment Charles Stewart gets. So
do you know why? Right. Do you know why so many businesses probably haven't paid? I mean, I have an inkling. Do you have any? Have you thought about?
No, I don't, and I don't even care because. But go ahead. What?
Well, the reason is that if you have a lot of impervious surface, like a parking lot, like a big building with a roof, of course, I mean that stormwater fee can become onerous, could be very high.
Well, I know what Holy Name has to pay. It's a big number.
Yeah, so that's an example.
Yeah.
And so some of these businesses probably are going to try and, stretch it out as much as possible to be able to do that and hopefully avoid getting a lien on their property. But again, in this case, we're talking about a public official, elected official.
Right. He's an elected official. He resigns from the Board of Supervisors and just goes back to everyday life. I don't care about it. He could, whatever he wants to do on that bill. But
anything else?
They moved public comment to almost the end of the meeting. I thought that was funny. they don't think I'm going to stick around to the end. I'm there, baby.
Yeah. Well, I think the other part, you may stick around, but viewers
may not. Yeah, that's what they're trying to. It doesn't matter. It's on YouTube. You can go back and watch it. And
I'll maybe I'll go and try to do a little clip and show it on Linglestown Gazette if I can do that.
You could go live, can't you?
Well, I could go live. I just have to figure out how to get it on the screen. Now, I do have a video. I can put video on here. We'll see an example of that in a few minutes.
So they moved public comment to the end of the meeting. But here's another question. I printed out the agenda for tomorrow night. They're hiring a new solicitor. And now, that's fine. All right? You can do that. But there was never an RFP put out for a new solicitor.
Well, there never was a vote, or we don't know if they.
Never a vote. I've been to every meeting this year.
What I'll try and do is, Anthony, is with the minutes that have been published, see if there's any note that we missed it.
Right.
But typically there would be a vote on the RFP to even do it.
Right.
Or did they
Hey,
just?
Bill, how do you like? I got my hair cut a little shorter. What do you think?
I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
Looks a lot better than mine. Mine's all white.
Yeah, white's fine. Listen. So, the new solicitor, is it more than what they're paying currently? Why are we getting a new solicitor? What
Those are good
happened to the
questions.
old one? Yeah, so I'll have to, the comments aren't public comments, not till the end. It's after they already approved hired this new firm. But and I don't have it's not a problem with the firm. Okay, that's not the issue. The issue is there was never an RFP put out, as far as I know.
As far as you know, yeah.
And what's the cost? More, the same, less, what, and why? Or did the old solicitor, are they quitting? Are they leaving?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, why? Why are they quitting?
No, all good questions. But
I always have good questions.
the thing about moving it to the end, and this has nothing really to do with the process, but there's numbers of people who tune in live on YouTube or on the township website because they want to see what goes on at public comment right away.
Yeah.
And now they're putting it off. So I mean, this is terrible TV production.
Yeah, they know.
Who's the director over there?
They know what they're doing. John Campbell said, and Charles Stewart and Pamela, they all said, we got to get this public comment put to the end. That's fine. That's fine. I'll be over there. I'm going. My nephew Alex Brilla plays baseball for McDevitt,
Okay.
so I'm going over to watch him play. I'm going to try to anyway tomorrow at 4, and then from there go to the township meeting.
Well,
Stop at Gabriella's. I'm going to stop at Gabriella's for an appetizer, and then go to the meeting.
What are you going to skip the fat man drink?
I'm going to have one fat man drink to loosen me up for public comment.
You might have to get it. You might have to get it to go and sip on it in the meeting there. But anyways,
hey, one last thing on these. Even though it's not a township car and it's not a issue, but if Pamela Thompson's car is not inspected tomorrow, that is total disrespect for the police and the residents of the township.
I heard that she's not bringing her car over. She's actually going to walk.
I'll give her a ride if she wants me to give.
The police are going to stop traffic on 22 so she can get across. That's not true, but
If she wants a ride to the meeting, I'll be more than happy to pick her up.
Yeah,
Is there
you guys are buddies at the grocery store too.
I saw it at the grocery store.
Okay.
Any comments tonight so far?
Let's
Any
take
questions,
a look.
comments?
There may be a comment. George Kunkel, love the dark glasses.
Oh, all right.
I took them off because we started talking about Dr. Stewart. So I was back in my reporting. Charles Stewart, yeah. I'm allowed to call him Charles.
Is that the only comment?
Carol and Carol. I thought our current solicitor is a new solicitor. He was hired last year when the prior board, the interim board, was in place.
Yeah, the firm that he works for was hired last year. So that's my question. Why are we getting a new firm in? Was there an RFP? Is it more or less the same?
Oh, we'll be waiting for those answers, Anthony, and we'll see what happens. Just want to take a sponsor break here just very quickly, get my pictures back here. Again, all year long, our title sponsor is Blue Line Pools and Outdoor Living. Right. But we also have what we call business partners with Linglestown Gazette Live. And one of those are Sharon Stump, who has an office on North Mountain Road. She has a State Farm insurance agency. Yep. Of course, State Farm, they have Jake. You may recognize Jake in the commercials with Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback with the Kansas City Chiefs. So they actually have a cutout figure of him in the office, as they did the last time I was there. So I'd like to thank Sharon Stump, and they're going to be coming in with some short videos about what they do over there as we move along in 2026. And the other partner we have is, if I can find it, Panacea Healing Arts. I do have some artwork here if I can find. Here it is. They're also located on North Mountain Road, just down one door from the Turkey Hill Minute Mart, right there on North Mountain Road. So I go there for massages, and they have other what they call modalities, things that you're not going to get at the regular doctor's office, but they can help you out with a variety of things. And you're more than welcome to go in there, make an appointment, and they'll show you around, tell you, sort of find out what your issues are and help you out. They also do group sessions as well if you want to go in and check it out. As far as what we have next, high school sports, Anthony, not too much, but I do. We're switching over. We're very early in the spring season, so as that winds up and we see what's going on with some of the teams, we'll be talking about them. But I want to scroll down here, and I keep wanting to reflect on this.
Those kids were great. That was a great game.
Central Dauphin Rams boys basketball team took down a Philadelphia charter school team.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, most of the Catholic schools and charter schools dominated the championships. They gave away 12 championships, and I think there was just one or two public schools that won. So there's now that ongoing debate whether the charter schools, the private schools, should have their own set of championship games, and the public schools do that. So, but it set up a great thing for this year. Whenever Central Dauphin took down one of those schools that can recruit. So
yeah, same with when our son played in that 2011 state title team when the CD Rams football won. I mean, we took down went out to Western PA during the playoffs, took down what was supposed to be they were supposed to blow us out. We beat that Western PA team, and then, won the state title by beating a tough team out of Philadelphia.
So beyond
Dominic
Cristillo, what were the other key players in that team? Do you remember any names?
I mean, Dominic, our son, played on the team, but really that team, you had Zayd Esau, you had Brandon Lavia, you had Adam Hollinger, Evan Schwan. Evan went and ended up playing for the Giants.
Who was their quarterback?
Brandon Lavia.
Okay.
And Drew Scales. I mean, there was just so much talent on that team, and they stayed healthy. That was the other key thing that year, was that they stayed healthy the whole way. So
I think the Rams made it one more time after that to the final, and they lost to a Philadelphia Catholic school team.
They haven't won a state title since, and they didn't win one prior, so that was the first and only so far.
All right, we're down to our final segment, the new news section. I do need to teach you something. Did you ever see the podcast that the Kelsey brothers do? No,
I try not to.
Oh, well, new news I stole from them.
Okay.
But what happens is I say new news, and then you come right in and echo it. That's how we're supposed to do it. Let's try it. Okay.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
So I have to go new news, new news,
new news. Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna get a new co-host.
I'm not getting paid enough to do all this extra side.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question: Do you remember the Rain Man movie?
Yeah.
What is your favorite line from that movie? Do you remember a line?
Kmart sucks.
Exactly. That's my favorite one. And I'm also now adding a new business to the sucks. Facebook sucks.
Oh yeah, what's going on?
I pretty much have given up getting back Linglestown Gazette's Facebook page.
That's a shame.
I'm not able to get human help, and the automated help, they call it Meta AI. It says I can't help you out, bud. And then they don't transfer you to a live agent. And so things are, I think with using my personal account, the people who really want to get the news, who are really into it, are finding it. They're no problem.
Yeah.
With the other one, I was getting thousands, if not tens of thousands of views, but they weren't people locally. I don't know why Facebook was pushing it out so much. It did help. It did help me raise some money. I got paid for some of that stuff, but
Yeah.
it wasn't local.
I think you get a lot of viewers on YouTube also.
A
More
few.
than what you'd think.
Yeah.
You know, going back and watching it. Maybe not live, but I think a lot of people are going to YouTube and watching your stuff on reruns.
So yeah, I think I'm going to stay where I'm at. I may try one more time. There's still an issue with my personal account. I need to try and secure it better, but when I try and do it, it doesn't allow me because that was hacked as well. So still having problems with Facebook.
I still say somebody tried to take you down.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I have opposition on all fronts on this thing.
Yeah. Look, they tried to take me out last week at the coffee shop.
Hey, by the way, Anthony, I have to give him credit. He was the one who called me and let me know that there was a problem at St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House.
Well, I got to give my son credit.
Right.
He called me to make sure I wasn't there. He was concerned that maybe I was getting burned up and assassinated by some people. I think he was more concerned about making sure everything was tidied up with the will.
Well, I tell you one thing, with the fire, I'm assuming most people know that there was the coffee roaster. There's actually an industrial coffee roaster in that shop. If you haven't been in there, it smells great when they're actually roasting beans. And on the inside of it caught on fire. It never spread out to the shop.
Right.
But it caused a lot of smoke. They're still trying to get the smoke smell out of there with dehumidifier.
Yeah, it was better today, but on top of the smoke, he just had a lot of water. So they had to, you know, remediation company in there drying things out, and then he's got to get a new floor put in one area. But yeah, thank God it wasn't any worse.
Yeah, deputy.
They were busy that morning. The fire department.
Yeah, they had 2 or 3 calls.
Yeah, gas leak at East High, an apartment fire, St. Thomas Roasters deal, and then I think there was an accident or something.
Yeah, when I talked to Brett Graham, the deputy fire chief on site there at Roasters, he was heading over to the apartment fire from there. He told me that they didn't use a whole lot of water, but that doesn't really define it. They must have sprayed some trying to get them.
Yeah, I mean, any amount of water in there is going to be a problem, but.
So that was that. That was the big news from last week. And then as far as meetings, again, as Anthony said, the township is going to have their first business meeting of the month. They have 3 meetings every month. The first one and the third one are business meetings. There's nothing incredibly outstanding on the thing. The thing that's gotten some discussion prior to tomorrow night's meeting has been the official township map. And I'm not going to get into great detail, but what the township took on last year sometime was to try and put together an active transportation plan. What does active mean? It means that you're not in your car, you're not on a motorcycle, you're not in a truck, but you're walking, you're biking, maybe you have a scooter, one of those motorized scooters that some people who can't walk very well use. You have something like that. Where are those paths and connections going to be from neighborhood to neighborhood? Right. Because, Lower Paxton Township, for the most part, other than Linglestown, you really don't have a community or town. They're one subdivision stacked up against another one. There's no interconnection for pedestrians for the most part. And so they have a plan now. There was public input. Bicyclists came in. Public had numbers of opportunities to weigh in on this. So they put together a map. There were some alterations made to it because a few homeowners didn't want to see a line through their farm property or whatever, which is fine.
I don't blame them. Yeah.
No. So they did make those adjustments. The planning commission last week unanimously recommended approval. So that's coming over to the township supervisors tomorrow night. So the most interesting argument was after it was revealed that they did move some lines and different things like that, John Packer, who I guess used to own Village Pizza, I think, at one point.
It was called Packers Pizza.
Packers Pizza, where it's Village Pizza now.
Yeah.
So he's become very active over the last year or so and commenting and things like that. He was making a claim that this potentially was some sort of constitutional violation as far as private property rights. But what numbers of people that were involved in the making of it, and including one of the planning commission members said it best, that what's reflected on that map as far as the paths and sidewalks and different things they would like to put in at some point. It's like just a big wish list that the township officials came up with, and nothing will happen unless a property changes hands and the property owner agrees to work with the township. If they're not going to use eminent domain or take property from property owners. It's got to be a cooperative thing, but this at least sets the stage for discussions so that, we have a situation coming up. My neighborhood, Anthony, is not connected very well to the village. I mean, I have to walk. If I want the most direct route, it's out on Route 39 where I'm walking on the berm. Otherwise, I got to walk through the neighborhood. So
I agree, though, with, Eric Kessler had spoke at the meeting a couple weeks ago, and, I agree with him. Get it off of there. Move those lines off of his property, or, if it were my farm and they had, on that plan, the lines going right through my land, I don't want it on there. I don't want it to be adopted. And
Eric's farm's historic in nature. It's one of the oldest farms in the township.
But I'm just using that as an example because he spoke that night. But I agree with him. I mean, why would you want that to be on there? It may be a wish list or something, but still, if they make it part of and adopt that plan, which I guess
it's on the agenda for tomorrow night.
On the agenda for tomorrow night. So hopefully they made those adjustments.
Well, they did. And they also pointed out last week at the Planning Commission that this plan could be changed at any time. This is just the first draft that's coming through and getting approvals, but it's not written in stone, Anthony.
Yeah. All right.
So, other than a handful of people, there really weren't too many comments. They made their comments earlier when this thing was being developed.
Yeah.
We mentioned about public comment at the end of the meeting. So if you like to watch, you're going to have to hang in there to the very end of the meeting. I have no idea why they're doing that. Anthony,
I got a pretty good idea why they're doing that. Oh my God.
Well, over the last year or so, public comment has become a free-for-all. I mean, it's not meant to be that, but people who have run the meetings have allowed it to happen.
Right. And if they just, instead of trying to debate me, for example, each time I get up there and talk and interrupt me and shout over me, how about just let me make my comment and say thank you for your comment, and I go sit down.
Well, that's a product of, we have a 5-person board. 3 of them are brand new in terms of being in a supervisor's position. Now, Katie Scheib has experience in government, but she's never been a supervisor. So they're all new to this environment. And one of the new guys is their chairperson, John Campbell. So why they did that, I don't know, but it's tough coming into a new environment and running a meeting. I don't know.
What was your big news tonight? You said you wanted to tell me something.
Yeah. Let me take a look at the pictures. I'll tell you regardless of whether I have it. I do have a picture. Okay. One of the things we're going to wrap this up, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. First of all, quick update on Coons Park basketball court. It's rounding into shape. You can see the macadam, the basketball standards are all in place. Anthony, over on the right, you can see the white concrete. That whole thing now is accessible to people in wheelchairs or whatever. It used to be a curb all the way around it. And here's a look. They still have work to do. The circular cement thing with a spike sticking up, that's going to be where the lights are reinstalled. But it also shows you the ramp onto the court.
When did you take those pictures?
Just today.
Oh, okay. That's SLC Excavating doing that. They're a customer of mine.
You have customers everywhere, Anthony, man.
Well, they were hauling up from this site to my site.
Yeah, and the other thing about, just a quick note about Dr. Stewart, I had submitted a right-to-know request for some information. So we're going to talk about that next week because I haven't had a chance to review that thoroughly. This issue's not going away.
I looked through it. I mean, it pretty much just...
Nothing new.
Nothing new. Well, we got to look at it. I'm going to print it all out.
Well, they did indicate to you that there's some sort of litigation. They can't talk about litigation or the collection process and all that.
That's an issue, right?
Yeah. Well, that is used in many, many public meetings. If it's in litigation of some sort, they don't talk. They don't talk about that publicly.
No,
Because
what I'm saying is the issue is it's a huge conflict. So we got a supervisor on the board who's a chairman of a nonprofit who's in litigation with the township. He's a supervisor in.
Yeah, the other thing that's happening tomorrow night, you may have skipped over it, is the township's making a number of key hires.
Yeah,
There's going to be
human resources.
human resources person. I'm not even going to try and say this person's name. I'll try. Naha Haja. I don't
know.
Then Melissa Smith is going to be the director of engineering, and that's going to save the township some money because we don't have to pay a consulting engineer.
That's huge.
So that's a good hire there.
Yep.
And then Saltzman Hughes is going to be the new firm as the solicitor.
And when I say no RFP went out, that's just me saying that. I don't. Maybe an RFP did
right.
go out. It could have very
We
well.
don't
But
know.
I just want to know. Why is the other firm quitting?
Or they're just leaving them go. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
So we'll be back talking about what I find as far as Dr. Stewart's indebtedness on a formal basis dealing with the township. And also wanted to acknowledge some patron sponsors that we have.
Who's all? And so you have no other comments tonight?
We have one more I can check here. They're not rolling in. I think people want to, you, me, and everyone wants to see a resolution to this Dr. Stewart issue. But Marriott's Power Washing is one of our patron sponsors.
Yep.
And I still need to get a hold of them and get a quote for my house. It has never been cleaned. And there's some dirt on the backside for sure and on my chimney. And the other one we have, let me check my notes here. Oh, I'm working with sort of a public service, letting the public know, working with the pastor, Wayne Lowe, at Emmaus Road to Emmaus Church.
I heard they've been getting a good turnout over there.
That was the word today, that they were full on Sunday. And that's absolutely great because they have room for more members, more people to go in there. A very friendly group. I was at their Monday, Thursday service, met the pastor's wife, know a few people in the congregation. So it's a very friendly place as far as my impression. Mm-hmm. And one of my volunteers was with me and she had the same impression. So a great addition to having this church be a church again is great. And it seems like it's just a good group that have moved in the township. So I'm working with them as a favor and a help, but they are in a position of being a patron sponsor. Lastly, just two quick notes. One is on economic development. We talked about that last week, and that how townships actually can have a role in bringing new businesses in and developing or redeveloping or helping to get properties that are underutilized, like Colonial Park Mall, back up and running again. And as far as the mall, what's going to happen there, who knows? But I just want to let everyone know it can be done. The township can get involved. We had a great example across the river, Upper Allen Township.
Lower Allen.
Lower Allen, yes, Lower Allen. Excuse me. And our interim township manager, Mr. Verneau, Tom Verneau, worked for us last summer in between things. Whenever the prior manager left, he was involved in forming an authority that bought that property where it was first of all Pomeroy's and then Bonton. When they got wind that it was closing, they formed an authority. They handpicked people that they wanted to be on the authority who had some experience that was applicable. And lo and behold, if you go over there, it has Fishbone. It has
there's a bunch of
Trader
stores,
Joe's.
Journey.
Yeah, I mean it's been a very good success, and that's because the township took the initiative. And it's clear to me that we have Tom Verneau, who lives here. He may be willing to share some of his expertise. Laura Kurtz, I think, has already volunteered or probably is willing to do something. That's what she does for a living. We're in a position to start on this tomorrow if the decision will be made to start taking some steps, positive steps. But here's another thing with economic development. I think I have it here. All right. When you get off of if you're on 83 North and you head into Colonial Park, right, and you get off at Route 22, As soon as you get off, when you're going that direction, the first thing you see is this.
Yep.
Colonial Diner. You can see it's in disrepair. It's been sitting there for I don't know how long now, no one in it. This is an underutilized property, but worse yet, it's an underutilized property into the gateway of our township. And the
Goodyear store right next to it.
Yeah, I have a picture of that. That's also vacant. Where do I have that? These pictures on here are too small. Yeah, but the former Goodyear store, here it is. That's two. And look at that. That's even defaced right there to the right of Goodyear. These buildings are falling into disrepair. That's the first thing you see. Now, if you go to the great side of Colonial Park, the west side, where Anthony Cristillo lives.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first thing you see over there. Let's see if I can find that one.
What do we see?
Nope, that's not it.
No.
No. Here it is. This is it.
Oh, yeah. The old
This used to be for Old Friendly's, for a few weeks, Jonestown Diner. Now they're out of business. And this is what you see there. So this is an economic development issue waiting to get some attention. Again, the township has a role if they choose to take it.
Yeah, that's why you need someone that's employed, go back to Jeff Clare. The guy was in the position to he would be on top of this. But you heard why they don't want to hire him. But one supervisor made the comment.
Well, yeah, I didn't hear the comment.
I'll say allegedly.
Wait a minute.
I'm telling you, it's true. Put on your dark glasses, but
I'm not reporting now.
I know you're not reporting. I'm going to say it, but Jeff Clare was not selected because he is with the wrong party. He was told by one supervisor. That's what you were told.
Allegedly, you had that. That's what was said.
He was told by one supervisor.
Okay.
I'll let you.
I'm going to go back to reporting.
Figure out who that was. Hey, is Pamela Thompson watching tonight? Do you know? Is she watching? I want to give her.
There are some comments. Let me make one other point, and then
I'll
we'll
give
go
her a ride to the meeting tomorrow night. I don't want her getting stopped.
I don't want her walking. I mean, that was a bad plan.
I don't want her walking. She can't walk, right? You see, she's got the hitch in her get along. She can't get along too well.
I caught so much crap about this. I put up the story.
I
put up the story about the lights on Colonial Road that they're going to be rehabbed. This is the one at Boscov's. You see Boscov's in the background. Thank God there was a reader. I don't have her name right with me, but she sent this in. I put a picture of traffic lights up there. But then it wasn't in the intersection. So people were telling me I was false advertising. I'm just trying to take the easy way out. I said, well, Ollie Schminke wasn't available to go out there and take those pictures. And
they were beating you up last week on Holy Week.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So anyways, this is another issue that the public can get involved in. There was a lot of comments on that post, Anthony, and many people saying, what about this light? What about that light? Well, I'm going to catalog all those suggestions and give them to the township.
Yeah.
But if you have a light that is not operating properly, because some of the timing of these lights was set up years and years and years ago, and things have changed over time, and they need attention. And you're one of the supervisors we got along with, interim supervisors, John Jeem. If he won, he was going to do what I'm suggesting right here. He was going to have an inventory done of all the traffic lights.
Yeah,
I think there's something like 62 or something.
Robin's working on stuff, from what I understand. So she's picking that up.
But if you have a light, you need to show up at a meeting, and if you can, or get a surrogate and have them go. And
I'll be your surrogate. Just let me know what you want me to say.
I'll share all the things that come in with you, Anthony. We'll, power to the people. You need to get participating in your government. And plus, if you go, the township has a brand new website. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
So you can get all the email addresses you want and talk to them all day long if you want to on email.
What's the comments? You're getting up against it.
All right. Sorry. Let me get to the comments and we'll close down this show. Eric Kessler, I think solicitor quit and there was an RFP. Okay. So with that.
Okay.
We'll take your word for it because I don't want to go through all the minutes. Again, I'm taking the easy way out. I'm going to get crap about that.
I want to. Yeah, I'm going to ask.
And then Eric Kessler says, you need a newsroom background for your podcast. I thought that was a newsroom background. What am I supposed to put up, cardboard figures or what?
Maybe we could, yeah. I think we should start setting up from Eric's house. He should build us a newsroom up there.
That'd be, a little, maybe get a shed like I did and convert it into a.
He's got enough acreage up there. Can he build another building just for the newsroom?
I think that would be a problem. That's a historic area there. We don't, you don't want to taint it with the press in that property. Kirby Lentz weighs in. If these sidewalks are put in, who's responsible for shoveling snow off of walks?
That's a good question. And it's
yeah.
Well,
probably
about doing the sidewalk from the township building the whole way down 22. Who's going to shovel that?
They may put up signs. I've seen places where they put up signs not maintained with snow. They just let it. They don't maintain the paths.
Well, who walks in the wintertime anyway?
I do.
What were the other comments?
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, at least there's some. At least there's.
Nah, that's good. I'm glad they watched.
Okay, I guess Anthony, I'll renew your contract for another week.
Thanks.
And we'll be back on Monday with another edition of Linglestown Gazette Live. Brought to you by
that Alan's coming to claim his prize tomorrow.
He didn't commit to a day. He said, I'll be over.
All right.
I told him that you run the meetings, and if you're not there, John DeSanto runs the meetings.
Well, okay.
You do run them.
I don't know. All right. Yeah.
But John has total control when he's there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.
See
Have
you.
a good
night.
week. Bye.